Hey, what's good? Coach Colin Castello back with another video, and in today's video, I'm going to give you one simple trick that helps you blow by any defender pretty much immediately. What's good? So in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to take advantage of the defender before you've even put down a dribble as you catch the basketball. Now, the reason why this is so important is if you can get a massive advantage right out of the gate, you can blow by pretty much any defender, even if they're really good, right? So make sure you kind of take a look at these tips and tricks and try them out, and I promise you they're going to work. Now, also, make sure you watch to the end of the video because I've got something extremely special I'm going to give away that's going to help you get recruited by college coaches. It's insane value, and you're going to get $149 in free training from me of my best training program, but you got to watch to the end to find out how. All right, so the very first thing we want to think about when it comes to blowing by defenders is getting an advantage on the catch. I'm gonna say that like probably 100 times in this video. Get an advantage on the catch, meaning a lot of times players catch the ball, they square up to the hoop or get in their triple threat or whatever it is, and then they think about what move they're gonna do. We're gonna play chess instead of checkers. We're gonna get the defender moving on the catch rather than catching and then trying to get the defender to move, right? So the whole key to this is what I call a jab catch. A jab catch basically means you're catching the basketball and doing a downhill jab step at the exact same time. So what that means is as I'm getting a pass or whatever it is this direction, as I catch, I'm gonna immediately rock into a jab step, planting my back foot, right? The days of catching a triple threat 2 feet in the air, those are over. We've got to create an advantage. Defenders are too athletic, they're too quick, they're too sophisticated. We got to get people moving on the catch. So the jab catch is incredibly simple, but it's all about timing. You really got to practice timing, catching the basketball, planting your back foot, and jabbing, right? So a great way to work on it is just to spin the ball to yourself, plant your foot at the same time you receive the ball, and then jab opposite, right? We want to throw the basketball right inside of our knee, and we're getting ready to kind of rock our body that direction. Now, this is just the initial setup, right? If you look at a lot of great players, they jab catch every single time they catch the ball because it automatically creates an advantage. Think about it like this. Let's pretend the basketball's me. I'm a defender, I'm in help side, whatever it is. Ball's getting swung around the horn, I start to close out. If I jab catch and I'm closing out, the defender has to react like this as the first move, right? And so if every single time you catch the ball, the defender slides off you like this, you're gonna have a ton of scoring opportunities. And there's a lot of different options we can do out of a jab catch depending on how the defender reacts and how we wanna read it, right? So a jab catch, you wanna be able to do with both feet going both directions, right? I wanna be able to catch it from this side, jab with my left. I wanna be able to catch it from this side, jab with my right, right? Because if I can go both directions, whoo, now you're getting really difficult to stop. Now the big key on a jab catch, you've got to make sure you plant your foot in the ground and don't drag it. This is one that I see a lot from players when they're learning this. They catch the ball, they jab, their shoulders go too far forward, and their back foot goes, and it slides a little bit. Ref will call you every single time. Turnover going the other way, your coach is yelling at you, boom, end of the bench sometimes, right? So what we want to do is keep our weight on our back leg. So as I catch and I go to jab, we can still jab, but I want to keep this leg loaded and I want to keep most of my weight on my back leg because number one, we're not going to travel. Number two, it's going to give you a lot more options, which I'm going to go over right now. Now, there's a bazillion moves you can do out of this jab catch, right? And ideally, you want to kind of master a bunch of them. So no matter how the defender plays you, you always have an option. But today what we're going to do is I'm going to give you 3 moves that will get you great results most of the time, depending on how the defender plays you. So the very first one we're going to talk about is the rocker step, right? So it's a jab catch to a rocker. So basically we're doing the same thing. Ball's coming, I'm catching, I'm jabbing, but from here, I'm going to rock the ball back to the center or the opposite side of my body and then explode the same direction, right? So basically it's a jab and go, jab and go. Now the whole key here is tempo and timing, right? If Jake is the cameraman, he's the defender in front of us here, and I catch, if I rock, I want to get them shaking, and then I want to come back and wait till they're starting to recover for me to launch going the same direction, right? We want to kind of get that timing so they're recovering as I'm launching the opposite direction. Now the big key to this move, like I mentioned before for not traveling, you got to keep your back leg loaded, right? I see a lot of players try to do a rocker step. They come in, they rock, and then they kind of straighten out this back leg. And because of that, to be able to explode, they have to load up and then go, and that load and go takes so much more time than if they would have just stayed loaded, right? So the key to the rocker, number one, we catch in the jab, keep this back leg loaded, ball of the foot on the ground, and that way when we rock, I can push it the same direction and I'm ready to explode. That's a huge key, something that like Michael Jordan used all the time. It's one of the reasons why he didn't need a ton of crazy flashy ball handling to blow by defenders super easily. So the rocker step, master going both directions, it's huge if you can add that to your game. All right, so next we've got a counter to the rocker movement. We call this the rock cross, right? So it's the exact same thing, catch out of a jab step. We're going here, we're trying to get the defender sliding. But now as they do, we're gonna hang the ball out just a little bit. If you got bigger hands or if you're an older athlete, you can hang it out one-handed like that. And then now we're going to cross over going back the opposite direction, right? Now what's great is if you've got a rocker step and you've got a rock cross, you can just read what the defender gives you, right? If I go ahead and I jab and they don't move, then I can go with it with the rocker step. If I jab and they bite hard, I can cross over, go back the opposite way. It's that easy. Pretty much do the jab catch and then read what they give you. Now, with this rock cross, the better you sell that crossover or the first jab, the better it's gonna be, right? So if I come here and I catch and I give just kind of like a weak, they're not gonna bite on, it's not gonna be that effective. I've gotta throw my head, throw my shoulders, stab my foot downhill on the catch. So as I do that, it makes it look like I'm going, and then now I can either hang it out, cross coming back, or I can jab and I can put it down with my opposite hand. I can do either one. The big key here though is the ball's gotta come out of your hand before your back foot comes up. Let me repeat that. Ball's gotta come out of your hand before your back foot comes up, and I'll explain. So as I come here and I rock, if I'm gonna hang and cross, I've gotta drop it out of my hand before this back foot moves, because if I hang and this back foot comes and then I drop, travel, they'll get you every time. You gotta be crisp with this, especially if you're playing at like lower levels. A lot of referees aren't that good and it's just gonna kind of look funky and they'll call you for a travel even if it's not. So really make sure, hey, we're gonna hit this rock. Oh, I'm gonna get it out and then my back foot's gonna come up, right? That'll ensure that it's not a travel and you're gonna have a nice clean move that won't get called. All right, so next one we got the rocker pullback. So this is basically the rocker step, but now I'm gonna throw the ball out in front, I'm gonna yank it back into a pullback for separation. So this is like, hey, I'm getting ready to hit the rocker step. Wait a second, they actually recovered. Maybe they're a good defender, maybe they're quick. So now this is kind of my counter to the move, if that makes sense. So we're all doing the same thing. Jab catch, getting them moving, rock, and then as I go back downhill, I'm gonna throw my foot out. So now it really looks like I'm going because I'm trying to get separation, so it's not as big of a deal if my back leg's not loaded anymore. And then I'm gonna yank the ball back into my pullback, right? So the key is rocker, downhill, yank, pullback. Again, it all comes down to head, shoulder, eyes for selling that fake, right? If I hit this rocker and I'm looking at the rim like this, they're gonna stick on me the whole time. I've gotta sell that rocker, right? So as I come down in the jab catch and I rock, I'm gonna throw my head, shoulder, and eyes just like this, plant my foot so it doesn't come up, and then I'm gonna yank it back below my knees for that separation, that step back, knock it down, right? Make sure that you're selling it, and this is gonna be a big time move. A lot of times, I've seen defenders go flying towards the baseline because they try to get ready to run with you as you yank it back, and the crowd's gonna go oohing and on, so you definitely wanna add this option. All right, so thank you so much for watching the end of the video. Now I'm really gonna reward you. So number one, I'm going to give you my #1 scoring program that's helped thousands of players all over the world score more points in just 15 days. Now what's crazy about this is it's normally $149 on our website. Yours 100% free when you sign up for a free Captain U profile. So Captain U is a game-changing platform that allows you to connect directly with college coaches. So not only can you create your free profile where you have your highlights, your GPA average, your position, but you can also have email templates to connect with coaches, tell them where you're gonna play at AAU tournaments, have them come watch you, and all that sort of good stuff. Now Captain U is working for athletes all over the world right now, connecting them directly with college coaches, and is really one of my favorite platforms. And so we decided to partner with Captain U, so by signing up for a free profile in the link in the description, you're gonna get a 100% free copy of my Natural Born Scorer system. So the guys at Captain U really wanna help you guys get better, so they're gonna comp all of the copies of Natural Born Scorer system. That way we can get you better with some of the best training on the planet, and it's a win-win because now you get that awesome free profile from Captain U so you can start getting recruited today. And the best part is there's no credit card required. So to get a free copy of my Natural Born Scorer system, $149 value, 100% free, zero gimmicks, zero tricks, all you gotta do is click the top link in the description down below and sign up for your free Captain U profile right now. All right, also, if you're new to Shotmechanics, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell notification because we put out videos every single week and they're all gonna help you get better, I guarantee it. Also, make sure you hit the like button, it helps with the algorithm, and leave a comment in the comment section down below and let us know what sort of video you wanna see next. This is a channel for the people, by the people, and we run pretty much everything off a request, so leave it down below and hopefully we'll be able to get to it. Again, I'm Coach Colin Castell with Shotmechanics Basketball. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, splash on.